Hey y'all, in this video I'll be showing you how to turn this wig into this wig using my hands, no pre-built pieces, just lace and the hair from the top piece that I cut out. So I decided to make a closure piece for this unit, and I actually ended up using less than half of the size itself. I made it custom so it was perfect to the block, and it was a perfect fit to the piece that I was gonna cut out of the wig. Right now I'm just pinning this piece in because I'm gonna need it to be super secure before I can actually start to ventilate the hair into it. So as you can see, this piece has no hair. It's literally just the lace, and wig makers actually use lace pieces like this instead of closures to build from. So I didn't buy a closure, I didn't buy a frontal. I got the wig from Temu, and I decided that I was gonna be recreating it and just giving it a little more life because it had zero lace at all. Like, I know if I was gonna wear it or if I was gonna make it for someone that wanted to have a natural hair wig, they would need some lace. So I'm gonna be including the wig so you can see it, obviously, but it's a synthetic curly wig from Temu, and I noticed the more I started to work with it that I actually did replicate natural hair and natural textured curly hair pretty well. So I thought that it would be a good unit to make and sell, potentially as a medical wig, or I have it listed on my site as the Missing My Fro wig, because if I wanted to mimic my natural hair, it would be with a wig like this. The texture is a little different and it would need a little more fluffing and maintenance, but it was just perfect when I saw it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be adding that to it. So I knew when I got the wig what I was getting it for, but my revamps that I actually purchased for myself and for my site, I always, get them with the intentions of remaking them or making additions or renditions of them. So this was just one of those units. I could have bought the hair and done it all the way from scratch, but I said I already know how to alter the wigs, I already have a foundation, I already have the hair, and I'm not going to say how much it was. You can go on Temu. I'm going to insert the link so you can actually see how much I got it for, and if you want to get it and get your little revamp service, you can. But this is just such an effective way for me personally to create wigs, whether they're for myself or for other people, because you have manufacturers that are creating wigs like this and it takes them no time, especially on a sewing machine. So for me to be able to add that natural look to it, it really makes me feel happy, because if I know someone has a wig that they can't necessarily afford to have that look, out the gate, I like to be able to say, hey, this is what I do, this is what I can do, so give me that wig and let me fix it for you. So this wasn't for anyone in particular. I got it, like I said, and I knew what I was going to be doing for it. Some people call these grandma wigs, or just your standard beauty supply wig that doesn't have any lace. Yeah, I took one of those and I wanted to change it. So I'm starting with finding where these wefts are in the actual wig, because if not, you just end up cutting out a lot of hair and things can get messy and then it starts to look uneven. And don't get me wrong, this wig does have a lot of hair. If it was me personally, I would be taking some of the wefting out of the back just so it looks more natural, because that's honestly one of my biggest dead giveaways. Not that we don't have big black thick curly hair, but I'm like, this is way too much hair. Even on the topper, the piece that I'm putting inside of it, since I have control over how much hair I'm putting on the actual lace itself, it makes it look so much more natural, because if not, you have so many strands coming out of one place, and I feel like that's always a dead giveaway. So I took away that first part. I didn't use a seam ripper or anything, and I actually did rip out some of those pieces, as you can see. But right now I'm just sizing it to make sure that it actually fits well. And this went against me, because once I saw how much ventilating I was gonna have to do, which is this right here, tying in the hairs. Once I saw how much hair I was gonna have to put in this, and I started to actually work with this hair, which is synthetic and is curly, it really gave me a run for my money, the little bit of money that I spent. So I decided to do pretty much from where you see this yellow pin down, so it's like a 2x4 closure, and it's no front lace aside from right there at the beginning of the middle part. But it still gives a little room if you want to slide your part over a little bit. You could do that with this wig, Or if you want to turn it all the way and wear it as a side part, you can do that. And I am going to add an elastic strap in the back so that it fits glueless. So I'm just adding in some hairs right here at the beginning. You can see that hair is giving me a little bit of trouble. So I'm just working out the kinks, literally. I'm working out those first few kinks that I'm having using this hair, because I normally build with human hair. And yeah, it was a little bit of a task. I had to really slow down and be a little more patient than what I'm used to. So this is just me showing some of the hairs that I'm putting in. This video would be 24 hours long if I actually showed you, even in the sped up version, how long this actually took me. I ended up taking a break and coming back to it a few weeks later and just sucking it up and being like, okay, I'm going to finish this build, but I'm not going to make it as long as I want it. So this is an update. I'm just throwing some smaller hairs in the front. You can kind of see the difference, at least if you're a little farther away, but even those are a little big, so I'm going to try to take them down to about that size right there in the front. It's a little loose, but we're working on it. So I'm going to actually push up so you can see me do a little more ventilating, and then we'll actually add this piece to the wig. And we'll do a density check to make sure no parts are too thin. Since I ended up taking off so much length of how much I was actually using of this closure, I had to take the wig in. So the U part of the old wig that I was using, I had to reduce the size of it, which made the actual wig fit smaller. So instead of it actually being able to be elastic, because the back of the foundation is super elastic, the wig itself, you could wear it like a hat and pop it on. But since I decided to not use the closure that I actually built for it, I had to take in the size. So yes, it's glueless, but it fits what I would say is like a 23 circumference, a 23-inch circumference, or like a 22, somewhere around there. Yeah, I normally sit down when I build. I like to sit, prop something up, watch a movie, or play music just to let the time pass. I do have a baby, and she's super interested in the wig making stuff, so most of the time I have to wait until she's either on a break and like not so into the wig stuff, or I start literally at the top of the day so she knows this is what we're doing today, this is what mom is doing. I've been building since she was tiny, so she's used to the wigs and needles and stuff, but she's always so curious about what the ventilating needle is. And when I tell y'all that thing is sharp, I have to use a ventilating needle and handle, obviously, and I have to use scissors. So I have to be super careful about how much I'm doing around her and making sure that I'm keeping my eyes on my tools. So once I have the wig foundation pinned to the mannequin or the wig block, I'm going to go ahead and pin the closure and then sew them together using a method called vent stitching, which I can do a video on if y'all would be interested. But I'm really proud about how this unit turned out. It was such an efficient way to give it a little more life and hopefully give it to someone that really craves, you know, that natural look, even if they can't fully afford it. So if you'd be interested in a revamp for... I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a nursing mom, and sometimes I really do stumble over my words. But if you'd be interested in a revamp service of your own on one of your own personal wigs, or this wig, it's actually listed on my site, which will also be in the description. So I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I can do some more videos for y'all. But comment, let me know what you think. I think I saved this wig, but you let me know. I know I'm not a wig doctor officially. Thank y'all for watching.